Hello, staff, and welcome to 2019. This year in April, we'll start our 40th year of the swim school. We have a lot of changes every year. Nothing's ever written in stone at La Petite Baleine. And I like to think that we're learning new things all the time and bringing them back to La Petite Baleine. I attend a conference now called Learning in the Brain. And last year I touched on compassion, and I want to expand on that concept. And I'm hoping that what I'm saying to you today, that you will tuck it into the back of your mind and use it during your work and use it during your teaching, because they're wonderful things that enhance of life experiences for you and for everyone around you and your students. So the Learning in Brain Conference brings educators from around the world, approximately 200 people, who are doing all kinds of studies on best learning and best teaching practices and techniques. And these are things that I like to bring back. This year, coming up this February, will be the title Education with Empathy. But we have already talked about compassion, and I want to bring it up and expand on the bigger notion of best teaching practices. So in a safe environment, when the brain, the amygdala, that part of the brain, recognizes that it feels safe, that's when the brain craves novelty, or another word for novelty is best learning. So children crave learning or novelty when they feel safe. So the first thing is you want to have your children feel safe. You want to have your employees feeling safe. When you're managers, you want to think about creating a safe environment along with all the staff. And when we talk about the components of safety, we can talk about empathy, which is a little different than compassion. Empathy is actually feeling the feelings of the other person. And when you're in a class teaching children and they look apprehensive, they're crying, if you're really feeling that, that's empathy. And that's a good thing if you can be one of those people who are very empathetic people. The best teachers are empathetic teachers. And compassion, which we talked about before, is relating to somebody else's feelings. And having compassion doesn't mean that you let children have their way, but it does mean you feel for these children and your brain is seeking ways to communicate and to touch bases and make those children feel safe so you can party on with your swim lessons. Components of novelty, they include fun. This was something I really wanted to start stressing this year, is more fun. So, of course, when I say novelty, fun comes right to mind. And when you can make a game, even a small, short game during swim lessons, then children relate to you much quicker. Their brains are feeling safe, and they love the novelty of a game. So be thinking about ways to incorporate fun, even if it's just saying something in a silly way, to capture their imaginations, something that I think a really great teacher is able to do. You can be playful, you can make a joke, you can smile a lot. That's all part of fun. And it wakes up the brain to learning. Storytelling, as many of you know, is one of my favorite pastimes. And storytelling is also another part of fun. And when you can tell a story or create a story in swim lessons, then you are adding to a child's sense of novelty and a child's sense of wonder, and they are able to listen and hear. According to scientific studies, if you put something in a storytelling mode, children remember things in a much better way, and retention is strong. So think about little stories. For instance, we have Guppy Gossip. That is a form of storytelling. And some of you may remember that I come into the back room at lunchtime, like in San Francisco, and I get you to tell stories about yourself. When you tell stories like that, You're being vulnerable and you're being human, and it creates a great sense of community. So storytelling creates community, and I love when La Petite Bouline creates community. So keep that in the back of your mind as you connect with each other on a daily basis. Empathy, compassion, fun, storytelling all create greater learning and teaching and mental and physical health for everyone. So thank you for considering my ideas. I hope to see more fun, more storytelling, more compassion, and more empathy in all of your doings at La Petite Bouline. Have a great year. Bye.